What's up guys, it's your girl CJ and welcome to day one of 28 Days of Black History, where we honor Black people who have made massive contributions to our everyday society and how we live our everyday lives. Now, we can't start day one without acknowledging and honoring the roots of Black History Month. It all started with Carter G. Woodson, the president and founder of the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History. Now, Mr. Woodson wanted to encourage Black history teachings throughout public school systems. So, in 1926, he designated the second week of February to be Negro History Week. Now, you're probably asking,
well, why is it February? Why only a week? Why the second week of February?
Well, that second week of February landed between Abraham Lincoln's birthday and Frederick Douglass's birthday. Now, if you don't know the significance of that, you can go read a history book or something. I don't know. Now, in the 1960s is where it turned from Negro History Week to Black History Month. This was highly impacted by the fact that there are several protests happening at the time regarding racial injustice and inequality. Now, mind you, this was not nationwide. This was not an official celebration. Bit by bit, various schools and colleges and universities started to implement this, Kent State University being one of the first. In 1976, during the United States Bicentennial Celebration, President Gerald R. Ford officially recognized Black History Month. With this statement, he wanted all Americans to, and I quote, "seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history." Well, ain't that a word? And that is the basis of why we celebrate Black History today. You can come back tomorrow and every day this month to learn something new about how a Black person has impacted your life today. And while you're at it, thank a Black person today. Stay proud, stay Black. What's good, guys? It's your girl CJ and welcome to day 2 of 28 Days of Black History. Round of applause, round of applause. Now, how many of you guys have a Ring camera, a Nest, ADT, one of them? I live in LA, I need one. Well, you can thank our girl, Miss Mary Von Britton Brown, who invented the first home security system with CCTV. Living in Queens, New York in the 1960s, her and her husband were very concerned for their safety. So they decided that they needed to take measures into their own hands, not only for them, but for everybody who could use it. Let me break down everything this invention included so we don't get confused. It featured peepholes, a sliding camera, monitors, two-way microphones, and an alarm button that can call the police. Now, if you weren't paying attention, that is the groundwork of every single modern day at-home security system. They filed the patent for this in 1966 and it got approved in 1969. So today, on the 27th anniversary of her death, Miss Mary Van Britton Brown, we appreciate you and your contributions to the safety of our society. As always, thank a Black person today, stay proud and stay Black. What's up guys, it's your girl CJ and welcome to day 3 of 28 Days of Black History. Now today, we are talking about the Black man that revolutionized elevators. Now, if you were not aware, in the 1800s, prior to this man, Alexander Miles, the elevator doors were closed manually. So if that door was not closed all the way, somebody is falling through the shaft of the elevator and reaching a very tragic and probably traumatic ending to life, okay?
Help! My leg!
In comes Alexander Miles, who, after seeing way too many of these accidents, took it upon himself to improve said elevators. He attached a belt to the elevator cage so it could close automatically, as well as drums to indicate if the elevator actually reached the floor so it wouldn't open prematurely. Mr. Miles got approved for this patent in 1887, and ever since, elevators have been a lot safer. Thank you, Mr. Miles, and as always, make sure you thank a Black person today. Stay proud and stay Black. What's good, guys? It's your girl CJ, and welcome to day 4 of 28 Days of Black History. Now, have y'all ever experienced getting a phone call and you see the caller ID on this phone number and you think, thank God I knew who this was before I picked up the phone, so you just ignore the phone call? Well, we have Miss Shirley Ann Jackson to thank for that one. Now, Miss Shirley Ann, who is a DC native like your girl, my DC sisters are repping today, has one hell of an educational background. Let me just say, graduated from Roosevelt High as valedictorian, then went to MIT for her bachelor's. Then was the first Black woman to graduate with a PhD from MIT. Thank you very much. Started the first Black student union at MIT and advocated for MIT to admit more Black people into the school. Now, all of that fabulous education and background led to her being a pioneering physicist at Bell Laboratories, where her research did the groundwork for, I don't know, portable fax machines, touch-tone telephone, caller ID and call waiting. Yes, Miss Shirley Ann Jackson, we appreciate you. And as a fellow Washingtonian, girl, you did that. And by the way, y'all, she's still alive. So, Miss Shirley Ann, if you were seeing this, thank you for your contributions in paving the way for Black women in STEM careers. And now for everybody else, as always, thank a Black person today. Stay proud and stay Black. What's up, y'all? It's your girl CJ, and welcome to day 5 of 28 Days of Black History. Today we have another amazing lady in STEM who is pretty much the reason we have GPS today. So Google Maps, Apple Maps, Waze, MapQuest, oof, that was a deep cut. All y'all should thank Dr. Gladys West. Now, this Virginia native, after getting multiple degrees, started her work at the Naval Proving Ground in Dahlgren, Virginia. She was only the second Black woman and one of 4 Black people to be working at this naval base. Let that sink in. This is 1956, by the way. She is accredited with creating an extremely detailed geoid, which is basically a mathematical model of the Earth. Now, if y'all take a look at Google Maps and zoom out, what do you get? The Earth. This geoid that she created is the foundation of GPS as we know it today. Now, unfortunately, Dr. West just passed this year on January 17th. So to her family, my condolences, and thank you for your contributions and paving the way for Black women in STEM careers. As always, thank a Black person today. Stay proud, stay Black. What's up, guys? It's your girl CJ, and welcome to day 6 of 28 Days of Black History. Now, I'm not one to make blanket statements, but I know that all of you have a personal computer. And for that, we have Mark Dean to thank. Now, Mark Dean may not have created the computer itself. However, he is responsible for a lot of the things we use computers for. For example, color PC monitors, gigahertz chip, and the ISA bus, which means industry standard architecture. That essentially allows secondary devices to link with the system. We're talking printers, we're talking keyboards, and we're talking about disk drives. Now, all you gamers have Mr. Dean to thank, okay? As one of the co-creators of the IBM personal computer, Mark Dean holds 3 of the 9 original patents for that device, which released in 1981. Along with that massive accomplishment alone, the man has 20 other patents, was the first African American to be named a fellow at IBM, and received the Black Engineer of the Year award in 1997. To everyone out there who uses a personal computer, you can thank Mark Dean, who is still well and alive. Mark Dean, thank you so much for your contributions. You deserve your flowers. As always, thank a Black person today. Stay proud and stay Black. What's good, guys? It's your girl CJ, and welcome to day 7 of 28 Days of Black History. Now, this one is for my 90s kids. How many of you guys have played with this toy? Either got it for Christmas, your birthday, for fun. First, I want to say I'm jealous. Second, you have Lonnie Johnson to thank for that. Born and raised in Mobile, Alabama, Lonnie Johnson actually came up with the Super Soaker during his time at the Air Force, in which he also was a NASA engineer. So while he's doing things like developing the nuclear power source for the Galileo mission to Jupiter, and various other space-related things, this man also decided to give us some of the best childhood memories possible. It was first called the Power Drencher when it hit stores in 1990, but then with some revisions to marketing and design, it got its name the Super Soaker in 1991. Now this also includes several models of the Super Soaker. So at the time, it was ranging between $10 and $60, depending on how complex your Super Soaker was. And then he retweaked the Super Soaker to replace the water function with Nerf projectiles, which then became the Nerf and Strike. Now Hasbro had a freaking field day with his inventions. Mr. Johnson has over 250 patents, which I can only imagine is still growing. So Mr. Johnson, thank you for your contributions not only to society, but to our childhoods. Now y'all, as always, thank a black person today, stay proud and stay black.